Like it could be like now. You can't look at it. You don't want to stand out there too long now neither, too, right? Because it's in its strength. It's hot.
Yes.
And it's going to get hotter. As they say before the day is over, around 3 o'clock it's going to be, you can say almost in its full strength, because it's going to be 90 something, 95 or something. But anyway, this is what he's saying. We have to understand this is how this process works, okay? Look at Matthew chapter 5. So, the spiritual light that shines in us, if it's not shining in us, then the world can't see it. If the spiritual light is not shining in the believers, the people out there in the world that need that light will never see it.
That's right.
That's why Yahweh is using us. That's why he used Moshe and them. That's why he used Aharon and them. That's why he used Yirmiyah, Yeshayah, Zedekiah. He used them for the people to see the light that he was giving to them through his word. All right? And through them. And it reads in, where is it, Matthew chapter 5, and verse 14. And it reads,
Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
So what city you think that is talking about? It's talking about Jerusalem, right? At that time, that was the city that what? Couldn't be hid.
That's right.
It was magnificent. So that's where we supposed to have that magnificent shine that it had, right?
Wherever we go,
we supposed to see it. People supposed to see it. They supposed to look at it as a wonder and wonder why.
right?
Where is that light coming from? I don't see it in other people. Okay?
Right. Teach
So the light is, you can say, the way your conduct, how you act.
Yes,
That's a part of the light.
praise Yahweh, walk
How you
right,
act.
Yahweh.
And how you present yourself. You presenting yourself different from the people that's in
right.
darkness, right?
Like it is.
So the people can see it, as Brother Yahshua always said, he always smiling, and people want to know why he's smiling. They at work and they frowning, right?
Right. The glory of Yahweh.
He happy because he know Yahweh.
That's
And he know the
right.
Daba of Yahweh, right?
Yahweh.
So we have to be the same way. We got to be happy in Yahweh. He said, you are the light
That's right.
of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So you that light.
We are.
You that city. You representing that city.
Yes, we are.
Verse 15 says,
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and to give it light unto all that are in him by it.
so you being that light, and you get this light in you, and then you hide it, then the world can't see it. That's what he's telling us. So we don't supposed to do that.
No.
You don't supposed to get all this light in you and then crush it, right? Hide it from the people that need it. So if the people that you got it from, if they did the same thing, then you would still be out there in darkness, right?
We still walking
So-
in darkness.
Let's not do the same thing that we're not supposed to do. Let's do this thing, what we're supposed to do. Let our light shine. Let the light that's in us shine, that the world can see it.
Give it free.
So it also tells us we're supposed to be a spiritual light to people. Look at Yeshayah chapter 60. This is the Bible saying this,
Yes,
okay?
Yahweh.
Isaiah saying this by, he's not saying it in his own strength, he's saying it because Yahweh put it in his mouth to say.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we ought to say what Yahweh said. And if we saying what Yahweh said, that's light in your word.
Yahweh's word.
That's light in your word when you say what Yahweh said. Don't let nobody tell you different neither.
Right.
If you say what Yahweh says, you got it.
Yes, we have.
Look at chapter 60 and verse 3. And it reads,
And the Goy shall come to thy light, and Melech to the brightness of thy rising.
so the Goyi and the Malek, other Goyis, going to come to that light that's in you.
Yeah.
They're not coming as fast as we would like for them to come, but they're coming.
That's
Okay.
right. Praise Yahweh.
Some of them are hearing it and they're still in their shameness and darkness to come out of the darkness into the light. They're afraid of what they people might say about them, huh? But eventually they will get over that fear of shame of what their peers would say, right?
Yeah.
Just like you and I did. Hey,
That's right.
now we're not ashamed to talk about Yahweh's word. We're not ashamed to mention Yahweh.
That's right.
There are people, I know people that
That's right.
they don't really just profess that they are believers or Christians, as they call themselves, but they think they want, but they don't want to say nothing about Yahweh. They don't want to say nothing about Yahweh unless they in what they call the house of Yahweh or the bias of Yahweh, right? But that's not what He's supposed to want us to do, right? If we only just say it within these walls, and if we didn't have TV, and there's some people don't watch it, but they just get it in those walls, and it don't go beyond those walls that those people heard, because they don't pass it on, right?
Right.
It has to be passed on. So if we just get all in all the places around there, just get it, and they just keep it, they don't go out. If the people don't never come in these doors, they will never get it, right?
That's right.
They don't come in this door and the other doors where Yahweh's word is being taught, then they will never get it. Because you're not going to say about it, you're not going to talk about Him at your job, you're not going to talk about it out in the streets nowhere, so the people won't never hear it, because they may not never come into the place. But they got to hear it, so in order for them to come into the bias of Yahweh, right?
Praise Yahweh.
Right.
Praise our Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Read that again.
And the Go'i shall come to thy light, and Melech to the brightness of thy rising.
Read.
Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy bond shall come from far, and thy bed shall be nursed at thy side.
So He's telling this is what's going to happen. These people going to see, and then they're going to start to come, and they're going to be doing things that they thought they would never do, right? They're going to be a nurse at our side.
Yes.
Okay, praise our Yahweh. So we're talking about how that light supposed to work in you, right? Look at Acts chapter 13. You have to be, we are Yahweh's workmanship, right?
That's right.
That's
right.
So He's given us a light,
Yeah.
and He's given us commission
Yes.
to do what? To show that light.
Yeah.
I said Acts 13 and 47. I might back up, but let's start there.
Okay, you want 47?
Yeah, read.
For so hath Yahweh commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Go'i, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of Ha'eret.
Praise
So-
Yahweh. That's right.
Here where Yahweh was talking to Shaul and Barnabas, and He tell them this is what it was, this is what their purpose was, what? To be a light to the Go'i.
Yeah.
Just like Kepha then was supposed to be a light to Israel,
Okay.
Shaul's ministry was to the Gentiles, all right?
Okay.
Even though he ministered to both. Some people think he only ministered to the Gentiles, so therefore Yahweh forgot about Israel. But he went to Israel first, because it was everything supposed to go there first.
Praise Yahweh.
And then they had not got over his past, I guess you could say. They hadn't got over what he had been doing prior to now, okay? So they didn't listen to him. So he said, for that case, it's necessary that I do this first here, but since you don't want eternal life, now I turn and I go to the Go'i, where he was supposed to go at anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So therefore, he was the light to them. But he never stopped teaching Israel. So there were places where we know that he taught, there was places that he taught, and they was there. And the Go'i was there, right?
That's true. Yes.
And when he taught them, the Yadim was angry because the Go'i came to hear the word, okay? But that's what they were supposed to do.
Right.
They they received the light of the Daba of Yahweh, and they embraced the light of Yahweh, just like they supposed to have been doing, but they were still in darkness because they didn't want nobody else to have it. They was what? Selfish. We don't want to be selfish about the word of Yahweh. We're going to get in the kingdom, and no other ethnicity is going to get in, right? Because they're never going to hear what the Daba of Yahweh said. Why? Because they are not privileged to it.
Right.
Just like we wasn't privileged to read. They held that back from us.
Right.
So, but finally, Yahweh brought it back to us, right?
That's right. Praise Yahweh. Praise.
They couldn't keep it off, but we are supposed to be that light. And if we don't live up to our responsibility, we're going to pay for it.
Right.
Look at Ephesians chapter 5. So, if we have the light and it's covered with darkness, that means we're not giving out, or we're letting the darkness cover light.
That's right, teach it. Tell it like it is.
I mean, we are reverting back. We have reverted back, yet we're claiming that we have the light, but we're still doing the things that we were doing before we got the light.
Right.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 8. And it reads,
For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in Yahweh. Walk as children of light.
so we're supposed to walk as children of light. He's saying we were sometime in darkness. That means before we heard the light, we was in darkness.
Yeah.
And after we got the light, we should no longer be in darkness anymore, right? We should not act like we're in darkness anymore.
Right.
You don't be walking around talking about I'm the light of the world and you acting like the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Teach it.
Yeah.